They think they own you based off of your interaction with them. Here's how to change that forever for good. There are people who think they own you based off of your interaction with them. They believe that the power they have over you allows them to interact with them any way that they any type of way that they want. Unfortunately, there are people who may not have either known certain things about interacting with people that they should have been aware about, but they will be after this video. There are people who don't have normal interactions with you, and you think that it's a normal interaction taking place. But in certain interactions with people, there are people who do not have mercy on your soul. And you may feel that it's a bad thing because of what takes place, but it's a good thing because once you become aware of it, you'll be able to change your life for the better. So when there are those who feel that they can interact with you any way they want, or they feel that they can deal with you any way they want based off their interaction with you, it's just some things that you have to change. All right. You're probably the type of person that is not aware of the type of interaction that could possibly take place between you and a person that has disdain for you or that doesn't have your best interest at heart. You're not the type of person that will have somebody's worst interest at heart. You wouldn't have someone around you to try and ruin their life, or to try and damage their life, or destroy them in any kind of way, or make things or make things difficult for them to the point to where now this person is looking at themselves in a negative way or viewing themselves in a way that's less than they did before meeting you or interacting with you. That's probably not your style. But there are people who they feel that it's a part of who they are to bring others down. And that's just the world that we live in. We live in a world where there are people who will bring other people down. You are unaware of that world, or have been unaware of that world. This is just a wake-up call. You're probably a good person, and you don't want other people to be downtrodden upon or mistreated or abused in any kind of way. You wouldn't want that for anyone, because you don't want that for yourself. There are people out there, there are actually people out there that don't want anyone to be hurt, that don't want anyone to be abused, that don't want anyone to suffer. There are good people out there. But there are people who unfortunately want the total opposite. There's people out there that could care less about your well-being. There's people out there that could care less about how you look at yourself, and also how that affects how you live your life. How you look at yourself has a profound, long-lasting impact on how you live your life. If you look at yourself as a good person, as a great person, as an amazing person, as someone of value, then you will be more likely to try to achieve greater things than the average person, than normal. If you believe that you're a great person, or you believe that you're a good person, or you're successful, or your life means something, then you will be prone to go out and achieve the greatest things that a person could. You'll go out and do your best. You'll go out and be your best. You'll want to be as successful as a person possibly could. You'll look at life, look at all the great successful people in life, and you'll use them as a God figure. You'll use them as a superhero. You'll look at them, or a hero, if you will. You'll look at those people and be like, wow. Or a Christ. You'll look at them as a savior and be like, wow. This person did all these amazing things. I can go do all these amazing things. But there are people who look at people who achieved and completed great things, and they don't attribute those same qualities to themselves. But you watching this video, the person who is able to transmute the energy, the person who's able to accumulate the qualities that the same person possessed that achieved those great things, and you attribute those things to yourself, you view yourself different. You look at yourself different. You realize that you're different than other people who are around you because they're not living their life in a way that would constitute them being able to achieve that success. And you may even find trouble with those who you come in contact with, or those who you associate with, or those who you interact with, because they don't hold that same mentality. They don't hold that same lifestyle. They're not strategically plotting and planning and working and manipulating their life in a way that will allow them to live the way that they see those who came before them do. And you are the type of person who can look at those who came before you and accumulate those same qualities to himself or herself. You look at all the great people who came before you, and you look at them and you say, you know what? I can do that. You know what? I can do something similar with my life. But there are those who look at you and say, because I didn't do anything with my life like that, I don't want you to do anything with your life like that. And they may try to bring you down. They may try to halt or postpone or strategically operate in a way that does not allow you to focus on your abilities. You may have some people who try to interact with you in such a way that doesn't make you feel like you can complete the task, that you can reach the goal. But you can most definitely succeed. You can most definitely conquer a negative mindset or negative people who are around you that don't think it's possible for you. All that matters is that you think it's possible. All that matters is that you think that you can be successful. Because if you think you can do it, you can do it. And this is how crucial it is. And this is why you have to think you can do it. If you think that you can do something, you can do it. This is why people have to come at your mind or attack your mind or try to rewire your mind or try to plant negative seeds or negative thoughts in your mind to make you feel or think that you can't. It's because you're so strong in believing that you can, they're aware of it. You're so strong in believing that you can, they actually can feel the energy and can actually feel the spirit on you that is ready to do what they know that they need to do to become successful. You have the spirit on you that knows that it can reach its goal. You have the spirit on you that knows that it can become successful. You have that successful spirit on you. You have that successful mind on you. You have that successful idea about yourself. But they don't own you. They feel they do because of the control that you've given to them. Once you realize that they have no control, once you realize that you have the power, once you realize that you control the way that your life goes, you control the things that happen in your life. You don't have to base your life off of somebody else's expectations. You don't have to base your life or your reality off of what someone else wants for you. You have a mind, you have desires, you know the way that your life is supposed to go based off the way that God programmed you since birth. God programmed us to go after certain goals, to go after certain dreams, to become certain things in life. But you have the devil's advocates playing the devil's advocate, trying to let you know that, hey, you know you can't do this, you know you can't achieve this, you know you're not good enough. They feel they own you because you may fall victim to believing in what they say. You may fall victim into taking their ideology as your own. And when you take somebody's ideology as your own, and this person doesn't think positive, this person thinks negative, it's not going to be conducive to the lifestyle you're trying to create for yourself. Your life is all about trying to create a lifestyle for yourself. You have to create a lifestyle for yourself. You can't live for anybody but you. You can't go throughout your 24 hours for anybody but you. Even if you have a family, you doing things for you doing things for your family still has to be doing things for you, because if you're not straight, your family's not even going to be straight. So you have to do, you feeling selfish, you feeling guilty, that's possibly a way that you may be being manipulated. That's possibly a way that people may be controlling you because you care. People who care, it's a potential that they're easily manipulated. If there's something that you care about, there is a way that you're going to be easily manipulated. People can see what you care about. People can see what you're concerned about, and they attack those things. They use those things against you because they observe, they watch, they plot, they plan, and they see how they can try to infiltrate and acquire power over you in your life. What is a way that I can get in this person's life and use something that they need or something that they have going on as a way to manipulate them? And only the wicked will do that, because positive people will try to advance you, will try to move you forward, will try to help you out in a way that is going to boost your lifestyle, that's going to boost your confidence, boost the way you feel about yourself, the way you think about yourself. And these aren't things that require a lot. These are easy, simple things. But if it seems like it requires a lot, that means that person is probably doing something they have no business doing. That person's an energy vampire, or they're trying to steal your energy, and they have no business doing that. If they're an energy vampire, if they're trying to steal your energy, you'll be able to tell, because there'll be a distraction. It'll be some way they get in your way. It'll be things happening that go against what you're trying to do and the way you're trying to live your life. All right? People don't own you, but there are those out there who feel they do because of the control that you give them. When you give someone control, that person is going to feel that they own you. That person is going to feel that they have power over you. You have to examine your life and look at things and see how you're giving people control that they don't fully deserve. Nobody deserves to be able to control you. You shouldn't give anyone control over you. If you're giving someone control over you and they're not paying you, that person is manipulating you and working towards destroying your life. You're either hired by a boss. Keep that dog on a leash, sir, and don't let it come near me, because I will do something to your dog or you. You can act like you don't hear me all you want, but when your dog turns into a fur coat, then you'll get the message. You are not supposed to be controlled by other people. Other people don't have the power to control you, but they feel they do because of certain ways that they see they're able to manipulate you. Even if there's a situation where a person's able, to have some type of power over you, don't let it control you. All right, there are situations where people can try to have power over you. It's because they're weak. Only a weak person is going out into public and looking to try to have power over another person, because there's an area of their life that they're not controlling or seeking power over. You as a person have to find a way to seek the power that you need, that's rightfully yours, that righteously belongs to you, over your life. There's nothing wrong with power. You're allowed to have it. It's a part of life. If you don't have it, you might be suffering in some type of way. And suffering is not what you're supposed to do. You're not here to suffer. Oh, we're supposed to suffer for Christ. Oh, we're supposed to suffer for God. Jesus suffered on the cross. I heard a preacher say if Jesus could come here and be put on the cross again, he wouldn't do it. I heard a preacher say if Jesus could come here again and had to be put on the cross, he wouldn't do it. There's suffering in life because it's life. That's like saying you're not supposed to suffer. Some people look at that as you saying there's not supposed to be pain in life. There's pain in life, but are you supposed to be having pain in life 24/7? Duh, no. There's suffering in life. Are you supposed to be suffering 24/7? Duh, no. Anybody telling you don't have to suffer, they're not telling you that there's no suffering in life. They're just telling you that you don't have to suffer 24/7. That's like telling a woman, hey, you were put here to birth and bring children into the world. But those birth pains, you're going to have to feel them all day, every day, 24/7. If that was the case, everybody be taking themselves out, because there wouldn't be no women here. I'm going to let that sink in. If that's the case, some people want to take themselves out because there's women here. But, if there wasn't any here, you'd be taking yourself out too. Let that sink in. Just let it sink in, okay? All right. But anyway, that went over. Only a small percentage are going to get that one. But as far as everything that we deal with and all the weird things that we deal with, because we live in a world where people need attention. People are desperate for attention. Not everybody was raised in a masculine household. Not everybody was raised. Some people ain't raised by no man at all. At least if you got a sniff of a man growing up, if you got a whiff of a man growing up, you're ahead of a lot of people who ain't had no man in their life growing up. All right? I'm going to let that sink in. There's a lot of things happening. If you even had a whiff or a sniff of a clue of a man growing up, you're in a greater position than a lot of folks. Because some people just act like they ain't been around no man at all, ever. Just, I don't know who you've been around. I can tell who you've been around, but I don't want to take a dump on nobody, because that's not my position in life. All right? I'm not hating on females out here doing what they got to do to raise kids, but y'all need to put a man in some of these kids' life that y'all raising. If there's no man around, make sure there's some kind of man around, because if not, oh, Jesus. Anyway, all right. Make sure you have some men around your kids, please, especially your young boys when you're raising them, because if not, they're going to grow up into something that society just, it's the masculine men in society just won't be able to appreciate. Okay, it'll just be real difficult for them to appreciate it. You know, have them around an uncle, have them around an older nephew, cousin, somebody that's that has some man or men around them, because we don't need any men out here not behaving as a man. I mean, how hard is that to understand? We don't need men out here not behaving as men or the way they're supposed to do. Men mind their business. Men focus on themselves. Men pay attention to themselves. Men don't worry about what another man is doing at any particular point in time. Even if you're interested in it, you still go, okay, I see what that brother's doing. You still go mind your business. Oh, what's that guy doing over there? Let me just stand and watch for 20 minutes. No. I don't care if you're a LeBron fan and you get to see LeBron shoot hoops for 20 minutes. As soon as you see him shoot a couple hoops, okay, cool. Go find something to do. Go find something to do. For real, go find something to do. That's all you got to do. Is go find something to do. It's not hard. It's not difficult. Yeah, it's LeBron. Yeah, it's Michael. Yeah, it's James Brown. Yeah, it's Kanye. Go find something to do, goddammit. But anyway, people are just so weird today. It's a lot of stuff that when you're a creative person, when you're a cool, interesting person that's not afraid, you know, you don't live by society's rules, there are going to be people who just, you know, watch you and pay attention to you because they wish they had that type of heart. They don't have that type of heart. So it's like, what's he doing? What are they doing over there? Oh my God, they're alive and they're living their life. Someone is over there living their life? How dare you? How could I am afraid to live my life, and you're just gonna openly, publicly, out in the open, live your life in front of the rest of us? How are you gonna do that? How dare you do that? How dare you live your life in a world where other people are too afraid to do the same? People think they own you, but they don't. Don't nobody own you. All right. Nobody owns you. Not nobody. Not the people who brought you into this world. Not anybody who helped you in this world, or done anything for you, or knows you, or lives around you, or opens the same door at the same time you walk outside, or punches a clock the same time as you and waiting for you to get to your job so they can say hello. Nobody owns you. All right? Nobody. Not anybody that's weird and they work somewhere and they got a position of authority and this is somewhere you need to go because it's in your community. Nobody owns you. You don't owe these weirdos nothing. People feel they own you based off your interaction with them. If you feel guilty, if you feel like you have to interact with people because they're there, or you feel that the power that they hold is stronger than your own, nobody owns you. There are people who think they do. It's because, you know, they're not that smart and they don't have a mind of their own. All right, they're of Cain. They're of the serpent seed. They don't have a God-like mind. They don't have a positive-like mind. They think they own other people out here. That's that slavery master spirit. It didn't just start with old white men putting whips on the back of black folks. That mentality had to start in-house. And it just was taught and transferred to the rest of the world because they were on a, you know, negative is gonna, you know, birds of a feather flock together.